Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome to Crypto Hash Review, where we educate and disseminate information about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies from a Muslim perspective. And today we're going to discuss a much anticipated topic, which is how to get your hands on Bitcoin. Now, there is a reason why we delayed discussing this and talking about this for a while now. And the reason why is that we wanted to lay a firm and established foundation so that if someone does wish to allocate some of their capital and move some of their wealth into Bitcoin, that they have all the tools necessary to prevent them losing it, getting scammed, getting hacked, losing their private keys, all the other stuff that could possibly happen to your Bitcoin. The last thing we want to do is open up the door to people being their own bank, and then they fluff it as soon as they start being their own bank. And that's why we have a service on our website where you can book a call and we can help you get started acquiring your first Bitcoin, sending, receiving, go through those steps one-to-one over the phone. But the question is, how do you get your own Bitcoin? And there are two ways of basically achieving that. The first way, first and foremost, why are there two ways? Now, as you know, Bitcoin is, or the blockchain is an open blockchain available to anyone to use and view. And that means that the transactions are all visible, but they are pseudonymous. I think they're called pseudonymous, which basically means that the addresses are visible, but who owns those addresses are unknown. So if, for example, I sent you Bitcoin, and the only person who would know who owns that particular address would be you and me who sent it to you. And that information is between me and you, and that's it. It's a peer-to-peer platform. Whereas if I am, for example, imagine I'm a policeman and I have sent you some Bitcoin, then by virtue of being a policeman, sending you Bitcoin, now the police knows your address. So there you can say there's already two sides. There's one side whereby you potentially could be exposed, your identity could be exposed on the blockchain, and there's an avenue where your identity is preserved and kept private from whoever. So we have two avenues, which based on that is what's known as KYC Bitcoin and non-KYC Bitcoin. Now, they're both Bitcoin. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't mean one is necessarily better than the other. It's fungible. But what it does mean is that if you wish to have a higher level or degree of privacy, then one type would not be appealing to you. So let's deal today with the KYC Bitcoin. And first and foremost, explain, what does KYC mean? KYC is a term used in the industry to mean know your customer. It is a legal requirement for institutions that offer Bitcoin as a platform, as they sell it on a platform, like maybe on an app or online, as a money transmitter, I guess, or I don't know what law they'll come underneath, but basically if they do it as a part of their business, then they are legally required in most countries to keep record of who their customers are. Now, the reason why they do so is for money laundering issues, hence why another word is called AML, which is anti-money laundering laws. So there's two words, AML or KYC, both mean the same thing. So what that means is if you get your Bitcoin from things like Coinbase, SwissBorg, even Binance, if you go through the KYC process, which you don't have to do, then essentially that institution knows who you are. That's not a bad thing. It's just what it is. But what it does mean is that if at any point in the future, who knows, 1 year, 4 years, 10 years, they are required to bring forward this data. Who are your customers and how have they withdrawn money and so on and so forth, these kind of questions, then they are legally required to hand over that information. Now, I said again, that's not a big deal. If you've earned your cash through halal, through legitimate means, and you've bought Bitcoin via those means, you've got nothing to worry about. I mean, the government knows you've got Bitcoin, whatever. However, if you're in fact a notorious drug dealer and you've got thousands and hundreds of thousands of pounds and you want to put it into Coinbase, then the powers that be may come to know that you have moved capital into Bitcoin and so on and so forth. So, it is what it is. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with KYC. It is Sorry, there's nothing inherently wrong. There's nothing inherently wrong in them knowing or keeping record of business. However, what that means is that if at any point in the future, the only risk I would say in any part of the future, if a government was to become tyrannical and oppressive and wish to take your money off of you by force, then they can know who has Bitcoin. So that's the only risk that may happen to an individual who buys it via those means. But again, for most people, who cares? You know, I buy Bitcoin, I spend it in shopping, whatever. It's not a big deal. And I guess it's no more different than just having a bank account. I mean, everything you put in a bank is KYC'd. Every money that comes, any wages you get, any money sent to your account, it's already KYC'd. So if your money you already have is already in a bank account, then it is already within the system, you could say. But that's basically it, really. That's the main thing. And I guess one thing to also mention is that generally speaking, every movement from fiat money to crypto will kind of some point involve KYC. Because limited reality here, if you're using government money, then the government have rights over that money. You may think it's your money, but the government are basically saying, if you're using our money, we want to know what you're doing with it, and we can seize it, we can do X, Y, Z to it. They have their fingers involved in your cash, which you think is yours, which isn't actually. Especially if you're having it in a bank, it's not yours. So just generally speaking, if you're gonna go from fiat money to Bitcoin via normal traditional routes through a bank account, then 9 times out of 10, you're going to go through KYC'd avenues. So the question is, what are the most prominent and known KYC'd avenues? That will be, for example, things like your Coinbase, very common, very popular. Most, even big institutions like Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy or Elon Musk's Tesla and many other big companies, they've actually just used Coinbase because it's more well-known, reputable. They follow all the rules and regulations and blah, 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 blah. And they can handle that kind of volume. So they go through Coinbase. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Now, many people don't like Coinbase in the crypto sphere, and it's mainly because of the whole data tracking aspect attached to Coinbase. It's not something which is hidden. That those who are involved in crypto love privacy, and anything which reveals that privacy is shunned upon. Generally speaking, if someone wants to buy Bitcoin just for the fact of getting more fiat, then they don't really care. But generally speaking, if someone is involved in crypto because they love crypto and everything about crypto and Bitcoin, blah, 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 then they don't tend to like the likes of Coinbase and the likes. But yes, Coinbase is one. It's perfectly well known. And there's another one which and sometimes people I've heard that people sign up to Binance and they send money to Binance. If you have a swipe card, you can use a swipe card. Literally, just download any one of these applications that are online that sell Bitcoin. And generally speaking, once you've gone through the normal KYC process, which basically means they want a picture of your passport, picture of your face to make sure who you are, and proof of address. That's what they want. And then once you've gone through that process, then you can just literally choose the amount of Bitcoin you want, press buy, and then either you pay with your debit card or bank transfer, and there you go. You have your Bitcoin. And once you've purchased it, that Bitcoin will most likely be on the app itself or on their thing as a part of a custodial system that's in their system. And then if you want to withdraw to your own wallet, then you just basically withdraw and then you're done. That's basically it. But normally I encourage people to use SwissBorg. And that's for 2 reasons. Number one, I have an affiliate link. So if you sign up with SwissBorg, you get a few euros, a free Bitcoin. Or their own coin now. I think they changed their own coin. And secondly, because it's super, super simple, really simple, good resources available for a newbie. And if you're literally new to Bitcoin, SwissBorg is probably the best and smoothest way to just slide right into the Bitcoin ecosystem. And it is what it is. Other platforms, especially like Binance, they're more specialist. Very good if you're a trader and you want all that specialization. But if you just want to just buy Bitcoin and get over and done with and done your wajib, then SwissBorg is the way forward. So let me just quickly show you what that looks like. So with SwissBorg, like I said, because it's a custodial service, they make it really, really, really simple. At the moment, I'm on, if you look at the tabs at the bottom, I have on Marketplace. Now on Portfolio, it will show you how much you currently have and blah, blah, blah. Marketplace basically shows you what you can potentially buy. Premium basically means you can get a premium account, which gives you discounts in fees, and you have rewards. So if you wish to give out a reward code to your friend, then you get I guess a kickback, you could say, or referral reward, and they'll get a referral reward. So if anyone wants to use my referral code, which is in the description, I'll get some as well as you will get some. So it's entirely up to you. But we're in a marketplace and it's really good. Like, it's just simple. Look, you have Bitcoin here, you got Ethereum, SwissBorg, the USD coin basically just means dollars. Pax coin, which basically is apparently it's like cryptocurrency, which is supposed to be backed 1-to-1 with gold. Maybe in future videos we'll talk more about that. Engine coin, which basically deals with NFTs. I don't know if you've been hearing about NFTs recently. So it deals with games, NFTs, that kind of stuff. That's their targets in games and that kind of stuff. Kyber network, Compound, which is to do with compound interest, is Haram. Aave, lending, Ren BTC is interesting because it allows you to move Bitcoin over to the Ethereum network. DAI, which is basically like a stable coin like USD, but it's based on a basket of currencies. You got Uniswap, which is like a decentralized exchange. You got Binance coin, which is just a coin for the Binance chain. So we've got a few things here, but again, they haven't overwhelmed the customer with tons and tons and tons of this coin and that coin, and I'm getting excited about buying this coin. It's gonna go up, and just keep simple, just very simple. So we're gonna focus on Bitcoins. Tap on Bitcoin, and here it just tells you the price at the moment of Bitcoin, which is at £39,000. How much has gone up in the space of 24 hours? You could change that to a week. It's come down 8% in a week. It's in a month. It's gone up 10% in a month. So you can see, and you can put your finger over it, and you can see what the price was at certain time periods over the year. It's gone up like 600%. It used to be 7 grand, 6 grand, 5 grand, and now it's whatever it is. So it's quite interesting. That's nice, you can use. And before we go to the issue of purchasing, let's have a quick look at learn about Bitcoin, which is what I really want you to think, to try and get your head around. So there's a lot of things here given you as resource that you can learn about Bitcoin, which is very good. Again, they're trying to keep it simple, trying to keep it relevant to the user, and again, make the transition into Bitcoin really easy. So first and foremost, we have, I'll just deal with it. It has videos about technology and blah, blah, blah. It has articles to read about Bitcoin. You can load more. But interestingly, what most important I want to talk about is the view analysis. So again, this just gives you some basic information about Bitcoin, how it's currently performing at the moment. So they have their SwissBorg predictor. So this is basically their own, SwissBorg predictor, sorry. That's basically based on, well, tap on it. It has here a prediction price movement for the next 24 hours. The SwissBorg predictor is an algorithm developed by SwissBorg based on machine learning technology that performs an in-depth analysis in the price history and combines technical indicators, strength in characterizes, anyway, blah, 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 blah. You can read yourself. So that's their own kind of like indicator that will show you, is it bullish? Is it something that they feel is going to go up, or bearish, as at the bottom, go down? And we have here a SwissBorg indicator, which is a medium-term market indicator. Is an indicator developed by SwissBorg that combines the most relevant indicators, blah, blah, blah. So they've got two different indicators here that you might want to use to decide whether you want to buy some now or wait. So the moment it says here, it's recovered more than 3.31% and 24 hours, blah, blah, blah. And it has a community sentiment. So they have another app, SwissBorg. I'll put a description to this one as well. They're basically like a community app. So you can actually play this little game where you predict where it's going to go. And I guess from that prediction, they use that to like gauge sentiment. How do people feel about the market? Are they more towards the positive side or towards the negative side? So here we have like a signal. Is it more towards the sell side or towards the buy side? It's just a community-based thing. And then we have some other indicators here, price, ranking, other important details here, which is, it could be useful to you. I think it's quite cool, to be honest. Keep it nice and simple. But the most important thing you want to worry about here is buy. So with SwissBorg, they don't have direct access to your account. So you can't just draw money from your account like through your debit card. You have to send money to the SwissBorg. So you basically go to the pounds, go to deposit, and it will give you their bank details, account number, sort code, blah, 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 reference number. As long as your account you're depositing from is your own personal account with your own personal name, same as what's on your account, then they accept it. If it's not the same, due to KYC, AML rules, they're not going to accept it because they don't want people to use their platform to launder money, which is fair enough. So you have to deposit cash, pounds into the app first, and then from here you can press buy. You choose, for example, pounds, and you say, I want to buy £1,000 worth. Or you can choose BTC. I want to choose one Bitcoin worth. You can choose any kind of scale you want. So I'll just put £1,000. Go next, and it's going to tell me the price. Obviously, I don't have the money in there, so that's why it's telling me nothing. But it tells you the exchange rate, and then you would press go, and then you've got your money, and that's it. That would be how you would get it. And again, exchange would basically mean you can exchange from one other currency to another currency. So I guess you buy is if you want to use fiat money like dollars or euros or pounds, and exchange would be if you want to actually exchange from Bitcoin, from Ethereum to Bitcoin, or Bitcoin to their own coin or Pax. You can go like that. So it's interesting, and that's basically how you'll be able to buy Bitcoin using SwissBorg. And once you've purchased it, then you can withdraw to your own wallet. However, there are fixed fees for withdrawals. So it doesn't make financial sense to withdraw anything less than maybe 500 to £1,000 in terms of Bitcoin. If you're going to withdraw like £20, you could probably spend £20 just on that. It doesn't make sense. So the more you have on here on Bitcoin, the less the fees are relevant. Because the fees are fixed. It's not based on percentage. You don't pay 1% fees to withdraw. You pay a set fee to withdraw. So the more you have to withdraw, the less effectively the fees are, which is how it will be. And finally, for those who are interested in how to get money back out of SwissBorg into your own personal account, then again, once you have the pounds in there, you just choose withdraw, and there is a 0.1% fee to withdraw. That's just how it is. That's just the fee that they charge for processing, and every platform will have some kind of fee to process because they're providing you a service, and they want their pound of flesh as it goes. So that's basically the simplest way to get your hands on some Bitcoin via KYC means, and there are other ways to do it which pretty much resembles the same, similar to what I just described here. We hope you find this video beneficial and useful. And if you like this video, press the like button, subscribe, leave comments in the comment section below. I try to answer all the comments that are always there. If you need any help getting set up, we have an option on our website where you can book a call and we'll go through the process together. It's about an hour and a half. All the necessary information you need to know about wallet management, getting yourself wallet set up, setting up your account, all that kind of stuff. We'll help you get set up. And we'll basically walk through the process with you hand in hand. Otherwise, just follow what I just mentioned here and do it yourself. And may Allah give you plenty Bitcoin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.